Welcome. My name is Cody Reed, and I'm going to be quickly going over informal assessments, what they are, 4 quick categories of informal assessments, and finally we're going to wrap this up with a summary slide at the end. So let's take a look at this first slide here. What exactly are informal assessments? Well, they're something that are used routinely in the classroom by teachers every single day throughout every single lesson. They are different from formal assessments because a formal assessment is something that you do at the end of a unit, something very big usually, like a massive test or something like that. Whereas informal assessments are smaller, something that you do on a daily basis and throughout each lesson to gauge and monitor the progress and understanding of all students in the classroom. Some specific examples could include something like small quizzes throughout, or a ticket out the door where you hand a note card to a student to respond to a question and then they give that note card back at the end of the lesson to help you understand if they understood. Simple observations, such as looking at a kid's face. These are the types of specific informal assessments that a teacher might use. Right now, we're going to go over 4 broad categories of informal assessments and explain a little bit about each one. So the first one is a work sample, and that is just that. When you collect student work in any way, shape, or form, you are getting legitimate, hard evidence of their work. And this can actually be used to show growth over a period of time. So you might collect several work samples to see if the student has grown in any way, and that could be compared with other student work samples. Some great assistive technology or general educational technology that could be used include things like Google Docs and Google Slides, a great way of collecting student work online. Schoology assessments. It makes it very easy for teachers to compare student work. In Schoology, it's a specific type of learning management system that many school districts use. Edpuzzle, Flipgrid, great ways to record student work, especially Flipgrid when their faces are actually on the screen and they're recording videos of themselves. These are all types of informal assessments or assistive technology that could be used to collect work samples. Second one here is observations, and that is just that. Observing students in the classroom, observing their behaviors, and then taking your observations to gauge their understanding. Again, multiple observations can help predict behaviors and prevent negative or unwanted behaviors from occurring. So definitely a great way to understand a student better and know what conditions the student acts under so that you can better tailor their instruction depending on the response that they have to certain things that go on in the classroom. Some technology that could be used is Google Sheets and Docs, a great way to personally record things, share it with other people if needed. Google Forms is another one that you could fill out on a daily basis. I know that a lot of counselors in my district use this to record things on a daily basis. Finally, attendance and student management systems such as Skyward. You can actually communicate with administration on certain behaviors that a student might be having if it's something that is negative or positive. Moving on, interviews. Interviewing a student, getting to know them a little more, allows them to explain their work samples, allows them to explain the behaviors they're exhibiting in the classroom, and it really does give teachers an understanding of the student better. And if they're struggling, interviewing them might be a great way to get to know them more and see what might be hindering their ability to learn. So this could be something inside of school. This could be something totally unrelated to academics. It could be something going on outside of school. So it's important to take this time and informally assess students through an interview. It's a great way to find out more. In fact, you'd often be surprised what you find out when you talk to a student. Google Docs, a great way to record notes. Recording software, although you need to be careful if your district allows it or not, and talk-to-text software, which is a great way to record the notes without having to be stuck behind the computer screen. Last category we're going to go over is anecdotal records. That's simply taking a written record or a typed record of a student behavior at a specific time. Again, this all helps to make you a better teacher, to help you tailor your instruction to students individually. Sometimes it could be used for documenting student behaviors that require disciplinary action. And again, Google Forms, Docs, a great way to do that. Email is easy to quickly communicate with others, but you need to make sure that you're sending it to the right person. And learning management systems such as Schoology can allow you to record student behaviors and other data on a case-by-case basis. So a great way to informally assess a student. Wrapping this all up, informal assessments vary in complexity and are dependent on the situation. Not every single informal assessment could be used in every single situation. That is up to the teacher to decide what is best. But you need to have a clear goal set in mind when you select an appropriate informal assessment. And last but not least, as you can see, there are various types of educational technology that can increase the quality of an informal assessment. That doesn't mean technology always has to be used to do an informal assessment, but there are situations when technology is very helpful. So overall, I hope you learned a little bit more about informal assessments in the different categories, and thank you for spending some time with me today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.